Hi, welcome back to Canadian Competitor Math. We are on day 7 and today we are going to look at a geometry problem. In this geometry problems, we will be looking at specifically a question related to circles. And let us look at what we have here. In these questions, we have two circles, C1 and C2. C2 is tangential to the circle C1 at point P. Also, circle C1 has a chord AB of length 96 units. This chord AB is also tangential to circle C2 at Q. In addition, the line joining the centers of circle C1 and circle C2, which is O1 and O2, is parallel to line AB. We also have a constraint on the radius. The radius of the bigger circle C1 is 3 times the radius of the smaller circle C2. This problem looks a bit complicated, but it's not as complicated as it appears. So I'll give 5 minutes for you to solve this, and once you are done, once your solution is done, please come back and look at the solution I'm providing. Hi, hope you have solved this problem and are waiting to check back the solution with me. Let us look at how to solve this problem. What do we have here? To solve this problem, we need to understand a couple of properties related to circle. Property 1, a perpendicular line from center to the chord bisects the chord. Say if I draw a line which is perpendicular to line AB from O1, that perpendicular line bisects line AB. Next, line from center to tangential point is perpendicular to tangent. If I take circle C2, its center is O2. If I draw a line from O2 to the tangential point Q, that line O2Q will be perpendicular to AB. Keep these two principles in mind. So now that we have these principles, I will focus only on the area where we need to focus, and I will make a separate diagram for that. Okay, so I separated all the components into the diagram that we need here. So what do we have here? So we have chord AB and O1, O2, the two centers. So as I explained before, if I take point O1 and draw a perpendicular line onto line AB, it will bisect line AB. And if the intersection point is N, AN is perpendicular to NO1 and AN will be equal to NB. Also, since I take center of circle C2, which is O2, and draw a line from this O2 to the tangential point Q, O2Q will be perpendicular to AB. From this diagram, we can also see that line or the point A is on the circumference of circle C1. So O1A will be equal to R1, which is the radius of circle C1. That will be equal to 3 times R2, which is the radius of circle C2. Now, O1N is the distance between O1, O2 and AB. This will be equal to O2Q because AB is parallel to O2, O1, and both O2Q and O1N are perpendicular to AB. So O1N equal to O2Q. So O2Q is the distance between center and a point on the circumference of circle C2. That will be equal to R2. We have that. We also know that AN is half of AB. So AN will be 96 divided by 2, which is 48. As I mentioned earlier, the line O1N is perpendicular to line AB, meaning ANO1 is a right angle triangle. AN square plus O1N square equal to AO1 square, because AO1 is hypotenuse, O1N is one side of the 90-degree angle, AN is the other side of the 90-degree angle. So using Pythagoras theorem, we establish this relation. So we know that AN is 48, 48 square plus R2 square is O1N square, which is R2 square, and AO1 square is 3R2 whole square. What comes next? So we can write it as 48 square equal to 3R2 whole square minus R square. From that we can establish R2 square is 48 square by 8. Now R2 square will be 6 into 8, 6 times 8. From this we also know that R1 square is 3R2 whole square, which is 9 times R2 square, right? So 9 times R2 square will be 9 times 6 times 8. So now the overall question here is, what is the green shaded area that we are seeing here? The green shaded area is area of this big circle minus area of this smaller circle. What is that? Green shaded area equal to area of C1 minus area of C2. That will be equal to pi R1 square minus pi R2 square, which is, you know what is R1 square is 9 times 6 times 8. R2 square is 6 times 8. So if we just calculate all of this, the area of this green shaded area is 384 pi. So this problem is very simple, and this is the question that was asked in 2019 Canadian Open Mathematical Challenge. Hope you have enjoyed this solution. If you like my content, please subscribe and like my channel. Thank you.